name is Linda Amon. Here I am, and welcome to my world. I'm going to be continuing. This is part 2 on the one you saw the other day. And I noticed that when I did this the other day, I put the crackle down and forgot that it should have had a dark surface first and then the crackle, so that when it cracked, it would show the through. So that's a little addition that I did since you've seen me. But other than that, I'm going to start with some things here. I'm going to start a little bit of quinacridone gold in a watercolor and put across the canvas. I generally start my mixed medias with watercolor with the M. Graham paints because I like to get the feel of the painting even if I'm going to doing mixed media. So I'm just going to throw some undertones of the quinacridone gold. And one thing that I will do is when I'm going to be doing mixed media, I'm going to use a color palette, a watercolor palette that I only use for mixed media, so I won't introduce other mediums and other colors and other things into it when I don't want to. All right, so that's going to give me a little bit there. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use some gesso, and I'm just using some of the Holbein gesso. This one happens to be burnt umber, and I'm using gesso because it's a little cheaper to use the gesso to throw some color on for my acrylic than to use just water on the tube paint. So I'm going to throw some water on there. I'm going to use kind of a spatula kind of thing, and I'm going to move around the paint pretty liberally. I'm going to be layering all kinds of things on here. This later is going to be kind of blue up here, but I'm trying to get layers and mixtures of things and stay pretty loose with my thought process. So I'm going to do it up there. I'm going to bring some down in here. Basically, this is going to be a water, sky mixture with water, sky, and land. So right now it's going to be everything. But as time goes on, you'll see this coming, the plan is, you'll see this coming in a lot of different ways. So I'm just scooting around with this spatula, and then I am going to introduce some water and some other things to make this paint move around. Okay, so I'm going to take and clean it off with a little bit of a sponge here. And then I'm going to bring it to the edges. And you won't be able to see all this. I'm still working out the camera, new phone. So I'm still working out how I want to do this. I've got gloves on so that I can work in this without concern of any thing that would be disturbing for me to put on my hands. Okay, so quite a lot on there right now. So I'm going to take a rag and I'm going to wipe my hands a little bit with the gloves on, and then I'm going to pull off some of this paint and move it around. A lot of the mixtures of things I'm doing is not only for getting the materials down, but to get you excited about what's happening. So right now I could use all different materials to actually get things in place. All right, next I'm going to splash water across. I'm going to let that dry for just a little bit. And when I pull off those blops of water, I'm going to have texture under there that will show through. So this is probably about as far as I'm going to do it on this section. I can't really pick it. There's a little too much water here. I'm going to grab it off. There we go. Move it around again. Throw just a little bit of splatter of water across because I can adjust that. Okay. So I'm going to try to turn it around here because I'm here by myself today and just show you kind of what it's looking like. That's about the best I can do with what I'm learning. So you can see down here and you can see up here, there's a lot of movement. There you go. And we'll get more shots of it as we go along the way, but we're going to let that all blend in, move around. In fact, I'm going to get a spray bottle. Hang on. The spray bottle will give me a little more of a textural drawing kind of thing as I'm exploring what this paint is going to move and do. So I'm going to let it run, gather on different edges. Remember, I'm going to be layering this all different ways. So right now there's just kind of those beginnings, and I can change my mind along the way. I can pull off some paint here and there. This is acrylic, down here is watercolor. They'll react different. Once that acrylic is in place, it'd be hard for me to put watercolor up in here. So I'm going to grab a little bit up here for maybe a little lighter, and then throw water back on it again because I can, because none of you out there are stopping me, are you? And then I will bring it back and show you the results. So that's part 2 of this piece, and this is Linda Aman. Here I am, Linda Aman, Aman Arts, AmanArts.com. You can find me.